Don't you think it's a bit weird for you to see what's on my iPhone? Why would you want to discover the coolest apps in the game? I mean, why would you? Today I'm going to show you everything that I have in my iPhone, including the most useful apps, widgets, and so much more. Let's dive right into it. And the first thing that you're going to see is that I like to keep my home screen very Apple-ish. As you can see, it's got all the stock apps. I've got a bunch of customization later on, but in the beginning, as you can see in the top left, I've got my reminders that now with iOS 17, they're actually interactive. So I can just scroll them down right from the home screen. As you can see, they just went away. Well, if you do that, I've got my Nuki door opener in the bottom. I live in a building, and in the bottom door, I can actually open the building door directly from my iPhone, which is sick. And if you scroll up one more time, I've got my Roborock Q Revo, which is sick because I can, whenever I want to clean my house, I'm like, boom, or I can just ask Siri to do it, which is cool. And then on the right, I've got Kernel that lets me get a little bit hyped up for the Marvels, which is coming out in 26 days, which I'm super excited about it. I'll tell you more about Kernel in just a second. And then I've got all of my Apple stock apps. There's nothing much interesting here. Well, something interesting is the health app, because as you can see, I weigh myself quite often with a smart scale that I have, and it automatically goes on to the health app so I can see the progress. So you can see I got a little bit more skinny there, and then I got a little bit more weight there. I like to keep up to date with how much I weigh. And apart from that, I love the health app because now with the Series 9, for example, I can see how much time in daylight I've been. I can also track how much sleep I've done. I like the health app, and I can't wait till it actually comes to my Apple Watch. And that's it. That's it for the first screen. Nothing much to show you. In here, there's a bunch of cool apps that I'm sure you don't know about. First one is Freeform. I absolutely love Freeform on the iPad because whenever I have a creative or a crazy idea, which I have them quite often, I love Freeform because I can just put videos, I can put links, I can put images, I can handwrite notes directly on my iPhone. So if I want to just brainstorm an idea, I just vomit it to my iPad app, and then I can open it all automatically here on my iPhone via iCloud. So that's pretty sick. Suzy is an app that I'm sure you don't know about. So if you're allergic to something or you've got a special diet, whether you're vegan like me or vegetarian or whatever, you can open Suzy and it will actually open a scanner. So, I don't have food right here, but just imagine, I've got an Apple Watch box right here. So just imagine this is some food packaging. Just imagine you're pointing at some cookies. It will actually alert you if it's got gluten or if it's got eggs or milk. So depending if you're allergic to peanuts and you're going to the grocery store list, you're like, I don't know if I trust this product. You can just simply point the ingredients and then it will alert you, hey, this has milk, hey, this has peanuts. So if you've got some diet, this is an app that is great for that. You've also got travel cards. So if you're traveling somewhere, you can basically translate the most obvious questions like, hey, does this have milk? Because let's be real, when you're vegan and you go out to a restaurant, they're like, oh, so you eat milk, right? And you're like, no, I don't eat milk. So you can basically just be like, hey, if you're in France, you can just be like, hey, it's got a bunch of languages that you can choose from. So if you're vegan or if you've got, certain health or whatever, it's really, really an app that you should have on your iPhone. Then I've got Footmob. I'm in between two soccer apps. Footmob is honestly the best one right now. It keeps me up to date with all of my favorite soccer teams, with all of my favorite leagues, so I can see the standing. All of that stuff is amazing, but I also love ScoreSpot right here, which is a brand new app, and I actually follow someone on Twitter who actually made this. I've got my favorite soccer teams right here, so I can basically keep track of all the soccer scores. What I love about ScoreSpot, which apart from this beautiful widget right here, is the design itself is extremely simple. It actually really reminds me of Kernel. As you can see, there's nothing much to do. It basically does what it's supposed to do. It basically keeps tracks of your favorite sports. And what's cool about this thing right here, you can actually track the game and it will grow into the dynamic island. And whenever the actual soccer game starts, it will alert you and it will let you know and keep you up to date with the actual score itself. I've got the home app, which as you know, I've got a smart home, so I've got a bunch of HomeKit devices that I can control within my home. So I'm constantly using the home app, Nuki, which is the door opener that I was telling you before. And then I've got an app that I've recommended before in the channel, and it's High Coffee. I absolutely love using it on my Apple Watch. But on the iPhone, it's basically like a caffeine tracker. I love drinking coffee, but I don't like drinking too much coffee, if that makes sense. And at specific times during the day, whenever it's 5 or 6, the app will tell me, depending, with all the heart rate and everything, it connects to everything, you should not drink a coffee at like 5 or 6. It basically keeps me up to date, and I can basically track all of my caffeine intake and all of that. And what's cool about this as well is you've actually got coffee boost. So let's say, I actually, just drank a cappuccino. I can add that. I now get access to coffee boost. I can actually start coffee boost, and as you can see, it's now gone into the dynamic island, and it will show me the caffeine boost, how much time the caffeine will leave my body, so I can actually track my energy boost that the coffee is actually giving me. I think this feature is actually pretty nice and pretty gimmicky, but I find it nice. And it living in the dynamic island, I think it's pretty cool. Revolut is currently my digital bank of choice. I absolutely love Revolut with this stunning design. It's got the best for travel. I've got a bunch of credit cards with Revolut, and what's cool is you can actually create a joint card. So me and Shenya, for example, we both have a Revolut joint account, so we can both add money to it. It's the future, it's the present. I'm absolutely obsessed with Revolut, and I use it every single day. And the right, by the way, I've actually got the high coffee widget, which I absolutely love, Revolut Business, and then I've got Sleep Cycle. It's a very interesting app that basically wakes you up. So let's say you want to wake up at 8. So you can see wake up easy between 7:30 and 8. So you basically sleep track with your Apple Watch. And if you want to wake up at 8, it might wake you up at 7:50 or at 7:30, because the goal of the app is it will not wake you up during deep sleep. So whenever you wake up within the app, you'll always feel great, because sometimes I literally wake up at 9 and I'm feeling worse sometimes than if I wake up at 7. So Sleep Cycle will track all of your sleep, but most importantly, it will make you wake up in a better. And then we've got Kernel, which, as you know, it's the app that I've been creating for years. It's now available on the App Store. It is completely free, and it's basically the Spotify of movies. You can basically add movies. So let's say, you've got Super Mario Bros. The movie. You can actually add a movie to a playlist. So a playlist like music, but for movies and series. So you can add it to the playlist that you want. You can actually recommend a film. So as you can see, here's what it looks like when I send a movie on iMessage to someone via Kernel. What's cool is they can actually open this, and it will open directly on the actual page inside of Kernel. You can see the trailer for the film. So if you want to see the trailer for the film, you can tap there. You can see the casting of the entire film, including if you tap on Chris Pratt, well, guess what? You'll actually be able to see all of the Chris Pratt films that he's ever made in his life. And what's really cool is it's also got a streaming guide, so you can see where this film is streaming. So you can tap on the Little Mermaid and it will tell you, hey, it's streaming on Disney Plus, or you can buy it on Apple TV. You've got Elemental, where's this streaming? It's streaming on Disney Plus as well. You've also got shows, and what's different is you've actually got seasons, and you can see all the different seasons and episodes that there is. You've also got a search tab, and most importantly, you've got all of your playlists. What's cool about upcoming though is if you're really excited about a specific film, let's say I'm really excited about Garfield, you can tap this widget icon right here, and magic, you've got the Garfield widget right there, so you can count down to your favorite upcoming films, 223 days. Kernel is completely free on the App Store. I've also got the Shazam app, and I love Shazam so much that guess what I've done? I've actually programmed my iPhone 15 Pro accent button to Shazam. A lot of my friends are like, that's the most stupidest thing to program the accent button for. Guess what? I'm constantly listening to music. I'm constantly learning and finding new music, and I love going to cafes and actually discovering new music and actually just being able to Shazam a song just by a tap. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I'll probably change it once in a while, but yeah, that's it. More apps and more screens. I've got my sleep tracking widget on the top left. I've got YouTube Studio, and then I've got captions. Now this app is a must for content creators. This is the app that I currently do all of my subtitles for all of my Instagram reels. If you're not part of my Instagram family, I don't know what you're doing with your life. We're about to literally reach 100K. So I mean, let's reach 100K together. I'm currently and constantly doing a bunch of Instagram reels, and it's all related to Apple content. And as you can see, this is the app that I'm currently using for captions. So I'm doing it all from here. It does it all automatically, which is cool. It's super easy to use, and you can change the different font styles. There's so much that you can do with it. It's a little bit pricey, but definitely worth it. I mean, if you're a content creator. Then I've got Roborock, which is, once again, my smart vacuum cleaner. I've got Govee, which is lights. And then I've got Two Stories. This is a really cool app that basically lets you add links, and the app automatically creates a design on your link. So I often use this thing right here. So I put my YouTube video link, and if I want to upload new video to my stories, I simply put the link and it will create this type of stories. It's for photos, tweets, a bunch of stuff. It's pretty neat. I've got WhatsApp over there, Pixelmator, if I want to do a quick edit for my Twitter, And then the FC Mobile, FIFA on the iPhone, I gotta say it's a little bit iffy, but it's definitely fun. That's why I've got it over here. And you know, and it's not the same level on FIFA on my PlayStation, obviously, but you know, it gets the job done. And once in a while, I like playing on it. And then I've got Thoughts, which is actually the widget that you're seeing right now. It's a brand new app on the App Store, and it basically gives you motivational quotes with a really stunning design. The app itself is really, really simple. And if you want to share it, you can also add it as a complication on your watch. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with it. I really, really like Thought. And once again, I'll leave it linked down below in the description. Okay, really quickly, more apps that I can show you. First of all, as you can see, I actually don't have any of my social media, whether Twitter or Instagram, in my main home screen because I love avoiding all distractions and notifications there. I actually have all of my notifications for Instagram and Twitter completely turned off so I can avoid notifications. Now, this app is really, really cool. You gotta check it out. It's called Live Pot, and what it basically does is have the up next song. So you can see right below the now playing. So if I want to skip the song, I basically tap this and the song automatically changes and I automatically know what song is coming up next. It's super cool. I mean, if you want to take your Apple Music experience to like a whole new level, it's super cool. Oh, Chooser is pretty cool. So basically, if you're in a coffee shop with your friend and it's like, you know, I'm gonna pay. No, I'm gonna pay. No, I'm gonna pay. You can just be like, let's just Chooser it. You can basically grab your friend's finger and your finger and the app will automatically select a Chooser. So basically, this will decide that I'm paying. Wallpaper Z is an app that is great for wallpapers. Zone of Tech actually created the app and you can download 8K wallpapers. So if you're a fan of wallpapers, there's tons and tons to choose from and they are absolutely beautiful. That is everything that I've got on my iPhone. Let me know in the comments down below what app I should download and that I should discover that I personally don't have. I'd love for the comment section in this video to be a place where anybody can just dive in and discover a bunch of apps. So let me know in the comments your 5 most used apps on your iPhone, and obviously don't say Instagram or Twitter. We're talking cool apps like Suzy or High Coffee or Kernel or Sleep Cycle. If you want to see me traveling with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you know what you could do? You know what you could do? You can tap this video right here. I mean, I gotta say, it's a pretty cool video. We went to Ibiza on boat. It was, I mean, just check it out. We tested the camera, the battery, cool apps, the camera. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.